Hello, my name is Jose, and welcome to Central Park. I work for the Central Park Conservancy. We take care of the park and keep it clean and green all year round. We know that you might not be able to get to Central Park right now, so we're going to bring the park to you through short discovery activities that you can do at home. In each video, we'll ask ourselves a question. Today's question is, what does your park look like? In this video, we will look at some maps of Central Park. One of these maps is very old, while some were made not too long ago. Let's find out what's so special about them. Then we'll make our own map of a park. For this activity, you'll need a piece of paper and something to draw with. You can use a crayon, pencil, marker, or whatever you have. This video will only be a few short minutes, but you can spend as much time as you want on the activity. Now, do you like going outside to play? Visiting any park is a great way to explore and spend some time outside. Central Park is definitely one of the best places to do so here in New York City, and it's a fun place for all people. There are a lot of things to see and do here. It has playgrounds, ball fields, giant rocks, and interesting animals. But it's a very large place, and sometimes it can be confusing. In order to get around and know where you're going, you have to use a map. What's a map, you ask? It's an image or drawing that shows you exactly where things are and how to get there. This is an example of a map. It shows you where certain things are located in the north woods of Central Park. Although you might not see it on here, there are actually a lot of trees all over this area. Having a map like this is very important for exploring around and you don't want to get lost in the woods. Do you know how to read a map? I can help you figure it out. If you look to the left, you'll see a box that says key. Did you find it yet? The map key shows you some of the symbols it might use. For example, a dotted line means it's a rustic trail, so you might be walking on dirt and rocks. Solid lines mean it's a paved path, so it's a little easier to walk on. You'll also see symbols for stairs and bridges. If you've ever been to Central Park before, then you know there are lots of these around. If you look all the way to the right-hand side, you can see what's called a compass. The compass points out directions like north, south, east, and west. You can see that on this compass, the arrow is pointing up towards the letter N. If we wanted to walk from somewhere at the bottom of the map to the top, we'd be walking north. Now, let's pretend we're in the park right now. If you wanted to get from the block house south to Glen Span Arch, which route would you take? Using this map, you can pause this video and try to find the way. Then, whenever you're ready, press play again. Which way did you go? Did you use a rustic trail or a paved path? Or maybe both? Now, let's take a look at two different maps that grown-ups would use. Even though they're not the same map, they both show the same exact place. Right now, we're looking at the southern end of Central Park. If you look very closely, you might be able to see that some of the roads and paths are similar. The one on the left is really old. If it's hard to see or read, it's because it's from a long time ago. It's called the Greens Award Plan. Believe it or not, people actually used to use this map to build Central Park. It let them know exactly where to put things like roads and ponds, and where to plant trees. A lot of things in the park haven't changed much over time. That means that if you've ever walked down the Central Park Mall, people 100 years ago may have seen the same exact statues and similar trees you would see on your visit today. The one on the right is a very useful map that people might look at today. It shows them a lot of things in the park, like where to find restroom or how to get to the zoo. Maps like these are very important to visitors, especially if they've never been to Central Park before. Here we have a map of the pond, which is near 59th Street to the south side of the park. This map tells you where certain plants and animals might be found. As you can see, the pond and the area right by it have lots of cool wildlife like ducks, fish, blue jays, and butterflies. Again, let's pretend we're in the park. If we wanted to see some turtles basking in the sun, where would be the best place for us to stand? Pause the video and look at the map. When you're ready to continue, press play again. Here's the pond again. It's still the same place, but this time we're looking at a totally different map. Which one do you like better? This one or the last map we just saw? Now, it's your turn to make a map. Take out your blank piece of paper and, using your crayons, pencils, or markers, start drawing your own park. What would you put in it? Would it have a pond or a playground, maybe trees, birds, and flowers? How about roads, bridges, and pathways? Pause the video and start drawing. Whenever you're done with your map, press play to finish the video. As we've seen, maps are a very useful thing to carry around, especially in a big place like Central Park. We want to see how your park map turned out. Ask an adult to take a picture of your drawing and share it on social media with the hashtag #CentralParkAtHome. You can also find other fun activities on our website, including word scrambles and coloring pages. Just visit centralparknyc.org/mycentralpark. Thanks for participating. See you next week.